Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Choices, Finding Your Joy. Your host, Paula Vail here. I am just thrilled to share with you today a beautiful, beautiful lady from the beautiful country of Australia. We have with us today Christie Pinto. She is a personal and business coach, author, healer. Oh, I just absolutely love her. And I am hoping that she's going to talk about her book today. I brought it. And after reading this great book, I call you an inspire artist. I was so inspired by your book. But first off, Christie, welcome to the show today.
Thanks, Paula. It's an honor to have you interview me today.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored. Well, let's begin with a bit of your background and tell us what brought you to where you are today. What brought you to this path?
Well, for much of my life, I was in software, and I used to do projects in different countries in the world, and mainly in Europe, some in the US as well. And I used to love that sort of job at the beginning. But after a time, I found that no matter what I did, it was never enough. I just felt myself going from one project to the other, and suddenly it started to all feel empty. And I started to experience burnout because of all the travel, the long hours. And something inside me said, there's got to be a different way to live. And what happened is I got to a point where I felt so empty, so dried out, like I had nothing left to give the world. And I started to actually feel quite depressed. And literally like I was being torn apart. And I thought, wow, this is a bit strange. I used to enjoy this. So I thought, well, maybe I just take a holiday. But no matter what, or maybe I just go for a massage. I kept doing different things and it just didn't work. And then one day I had a chance conversation with somebody and said, well, what would you really like from the job? And I said, well, I really love speaking with people. I love listening to them during the projects. And I'd love to do more of that, listen to people, talk to people, then play with the software or do stuff with the software and sit for hours on end studying manuals and talking to the developers. And that was it. And so after that, I started to ask myself, well, could I do that as a career? Is that possible? And, as you know, Paula, when you ask the right question, then you find the answers.
Yes.
And I heard about coaching, so I got a qualification in coaching. And I just did it part-time, just sort of dipping my toes in the water because software pays well. And this coaching, as it was then in its infancy, 13 years ago, was a little bit, 13 years ago, was still not that well established. And so doing the part-time sort of helped me to manage the fear. But it got to the point where I got so, oh my God, I love this. I love really helping people. And it felt so fulfilling. And suddenly the software side just seemed so foreign, alien, life-sucking, to be honest. And I said, right, that's it. I'm going to have to find the courage to do this. And it took a month and I felt sick. And for a whole month, I was really ill because I was being torn like this. And in the end, I said, okay, I get it. The universe is trying to tell me.
Yes.
Don't be torn in parts. You know what you have to do. Take the courage and do it. And that's what happened. So 10 years later, here I am. I've done coaching. I've studied healing. I study endlessly. Fascinated by how to help people, how you can have a different life. And it was all because of my own pain. So my pain led me to where I am now.
Yes. Isn't it just so awesome how, we do get taken down a trail, a road, a path, something comes through, and we can end up going in a whole different connection. It's amazing. And it really sounds like you have found your passion, Christie.
Absolutely, Paula.
I love it. I love it. That's so exciting. Well, let's start with a bit about what the work you do for others. Tell us about that, what that entails.
Most of the people I work with are people that are professionals, and in my former industry, quite a number of them are in IT. And what it is that they, they're in their 30s or 40s, some are in their 50s as well. And they've been pretty successful in their lives in terms of they've built a solid career for themselves. They've got great finances. But what they all have in common, and I'm seeing more and more of this, Paula, is that they feel like there's something missing, right? So they come to me saying, look, I don't, I've got a good life, but I don't know, there's something not right. And you go, oh. And I thought, yes, I know that feeling because I was that person. So I'm in a great position to help that. So the first thing we start with is, what are you really passionate about? And quite often it is within their work, and they need to make an adjustment, a very minor adjustment maybe, to do more of the sort of things they love within their work. But sometimes it actually is not to do with where they are now. They actually need to make a move. Right? So what my work entails is really helping people tune into themselves and what they're really here for, what their actual truth is, and what their real passion is, right? And to stop just pretending they're okay.
Yes, yes. So you're helping them become inspired and find their passion and find their happiness.
Absolutely.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Tell us about your book. What prompted you to write this book?
Well, because in my journey, I found that no matter how much we've done in our lives, we all have some sort of doubt about ourselves and what we're capable of. And even if we've pushed ourselves to a certain level within our business or within our job, there comes a point where almost like we reach a ceiling and we feel like we can't go any further. And then we look around going, okay, I'm here now. Is this it? Because I don't feel any more fulfilled. I don't feel any better. And we've still got this mind churn going on. Okay, do more. Got to do this, then do that next. You feel better if you do that. Blah, 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 blah. Endless chatter.
Yes.
And I realized that the real problem is that people haven't actually gone into themselves and said, okay, well, what are my true gifts, and am I using them? Because what I found is that when you discover your true gifts and tap into your own personal power, you realize you have a whole lot of choices in where you are. And I wrote the book to inspire people to actually find, okay, that personal power they have to create whatever they want. Right? They don't have to stay in their environment. They don't have to keep going with that endless to-do list. Right? They've got choices. There's things they can do. There's gifts that they haven't even tapped into. And when they use more of those gifts, they start to feel fulfilled. So the whole aim of it was to help people discover their power and then use their gifts more. Right? Yes. And I've had a lot of feedback from people since saying that they actually have felt inspired to say, wow, there's no ceiling. What am I really capable of? I've got so far, but wow, what more is there? And that was my whole aim.
Yes. And isn't it so fun when you get on that path of finding your passion and getting inspired? Oh my gosh, doors can open that you really had not even dreamed of.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, my clients, what they found is pretty much all of them without exception have experienced salary rises, roles that are more fulfilling for themselves. For my clients who run businesses, they're attracting more of the right sort of clients for them, and their finances have increased. So, I mean, it's not all about the finances. It's just that what I find is that when you follow your passion, when you actually tap into your gifts, your finances follow.
Yes.
Right? The finances follow. And the great thing is you get the finances and the fulfillment at the same time rather than only the finances.
Yes. Yes. I love it. And I love the title of the book, Who Has Got Your Back? I love that. Talk a bit about that. Where did that come from? What made you choose that?
Well, it was a friend of mine suggested it because I have had for most of my life issues with my spine. And when I was younger, probably I'm 50 now. So when I was in my 30s, I had an x-ray done and I was told that by the time I'm my age now, my spine would probably have to be fused because of different issues in the vertebra. Mm-hmm. And I was horrified. I was like, oh my goodness, how did this come about? What happened to my back? right? And I set off on a journey to say, okay, there must be something different than having to have my spine fused and go for endless appointments for the rest of my life to actually keep my back in a healthy state. So that journey sent people my way, people who told me about books, for example, Louise Hay. So Louise Hay, when I read her book about the spine and about what causes issues in certain parts of the body, I went, oh my God, it's not the spine I have to deal with. It's like, what was the original thing that caused that to happen to me?
Yes.
And at the age of 50, you can see yeah, I'm as flexible as I've ever been, and there's no danger of me having to have operations. So that's how the title of Who Has Got Your Back came about. Because one, it was to play on the word of my back. And the second was, when I started to actually delve into the source of the issues of my spine, it was all to do with lack of support, lack of love, lack of feeling that I mattered in the world, and so many other issues that popped up for me. And as I dissolved them, and as I dealt with them in different methods that I learned myself or with other people I worked with, I find that my spine got more and more flexible. I needed fewer and fewer appointments with therapists, and I started to have fewer issues, right? And then one day this friend of mine said to me, well, did you think about writing a book about all of that? So that was what it was. So Who Has Got Your Back is saying, well, who has got your back? Right? If you're having issues physically or emotionally in your life and you're feeling like you're alone and you can't see where this is going to end, well, hang on. Right? You've got everything you need inside you. That's what I discovered. I've discovered to heal my own spine. Yes, I could turn to therapists. The rest of the work was what I did to heal myself of what caused the issue in the first place. And I want to let other people know you have what you need to heal yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. Right? You need to take the time. So the tools that I created in the book are designed to help people do that. They're key life principles that help me to help myself. And they're common principles, Paula. I mean, I'm sure when you read the book, you'll have come across most of them. Right? But what I realized is people don't actually know how to apply those things in their life. So I created exercises within the book to help people apply that knowledge and that principle immediately, so they could immediately benefit from having made that discovery about themselves and about dissolving past issues.
Yes, yes. Is there perhaps an exercise you'd like to share with the viewers today that are sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. I so want to bring that into my life and become inspired and supported. Is there something you could say to the viewers today, something they could do starting today, even if it's a little exercise, a thought? What would you say to the viewers out there?
Yeah, well, one of the simplest things I know, but it can also be the hardest to remember to do, is creating stillness.
Oh, I love it.
Because as you know, if you're doing, which I was when I was in IT, I was that person doing, and no matter how much I did, I never felt satisfied, never felt fulfilled. My bank balance went up, but my health, my mental health, my emotional health went down. Right? And when I stopped doing, when I started learning how to be still, meditation, just being present, suddenly I could experience life. I could feel the sun on my skin. Yes. Right? So it's a little bit hard for people just to go from having a really busy mind to stopping and saying, oh, I can't be still, it's really hard, my body wants to move. So I've got a really simple exercise to show the viewers. And if they repeat that just once a day, it's almost like giving a mini holiday to their system. Mm-hmm. But also, when you're quiet in there, inspiration comes to you. Inspiration about how to solve a particular issue you've got, about something nice you could do for yourself or somebody else, some creative idea will suddenly pop up and go, oh wow, I could create that, I could do that, right? So you get a double benefit from this very simple exercise.
Yes.
You ready? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's do it. All right.
Okay.
So First of all, just notice how your body's feeling. So close your eyes, notice how your body's feeling, and get yourself comfortable wherever you're sitting. And now what you're going to do is take a deep breath in, but hold it for a count of 6. And I'll guide you through. So just in a couple of seconds, we're going to take that breath and hold it in and then exhale fully. Okay? So if you're ready, take a deep breath in and then hold for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale fully. And just breathing normally. And one more breath. Breathe in deeply. Hold for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale fully. And one more. Deep breath in. Hold for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then exhale fully. And keeping your eyes closed, notice how your body's feeling now. Notice there's more energy flying around.
Yes.
And there's more of a sense of space inside. And then when you're ready, very slowly open your eyes. Always do this. Just very slowly open your eyes. And come back into the room.
It totally changes the feel of the room and the energy around you.
Yeah, exactly. And you suddenly don't feel the need to do and rush around.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually feel more in control of what's happening.
Yes.
You know you've got time and you've got space.
Because it's so easy to get caught up with go, 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 go. I can't stop for a minute. I have this or this or this or this.
Yeah.
And what a difference just taking a moment to have that stillness.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to record that one for people. I've had so many people say, it's so easy when you do it. So I will record that and send you a recording for your listeners.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love it. And we can actually put it on a little banner from my show page. So listeners can just click on that and get that. That'd be great.
Yeah, and be present for whatever you're presenting next.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Isn't it amazing what we can accomplish and the change we can make in our attitude, our health, everything just by being in the moment and where we focus our mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so many people ask me, how do you stay looking so young? Because they don't believe I'm 50. And I said to them, well, it's pretty much the way I conduct my life. I actually create moments of stillness for myself. Because as you know, when we're stressed, we develop wrinkles. And I'm vain enough to want to stay as young looking for as long as possible without resorting to surgery. I've already decided I'm not going to go down that path. Right?
Yes.
And I find that when you slow your system down, your whole body responds, including your skin.
Yes. Wow.
How fantastic is that? And that's your own body doing that for you.
Yes. Now, Christie, how much time would you recommend we give ourselves every day in this stillness?
Well, all day long would be a bit boring.
We'd get nothing done. Yeah.
If I take an example of one of my busiest clients, she's in a role where she's responsible for a whole region. So it's like non-stop for her. So I recommend her 10 to 20 minutes a day of stillness. Okay. Ideally, she does it around lunchtime. But if for whatever reason she hasn't actually been able to because she's with other people, then she does it at the end of the day. And it just gives her system it stops it producing cortisol. As you know, it's just a stress hormone,
Mm-hmm.
and it quiets her mind, and it helps her get a more restful sleep. But if she does it during the day, instead of feeling like, oh my God, I've got this and I've got that, and the whole body's tensing, it allows her body just to relax. And it's like a mini holiday in the day.
Yes.
Right? So if people could, it'd be great if they could do 10, 20 minutes at lunchtime and 10, 20 minutes at night. But if they can't, at least just once a day,
Yes.
it can immense boost to their body.
I love it. I love it. Oh, how fun. How fun.
Yeah, and you feel, and pretty much all my clients where I've got them into that habit now, they've all said the same thing to me, right? And they're male, female, different age groups. As I said, a lot of my clients are between 30 to 50, probably 60, some of them now. And they've all said the same thing, that when they create moments of stillness where they can just go out in the fresh air, or they just let themselves relax, or they do that breathing, for 3 breaths or even longer, what they've all found is that they feel calmer, yet they get more done. They're actually more productive, but they can get more done without feeling that, got to get this done. They can do it with more flow, with more ease.
Yes.
And so 10, 20 minutes means their productivity increases without pushing. How beautiful is that?
Yes. Wow, that's a powerful statement. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we make life really difficult for ourselves through our constant push.
Yes.
We can get a lot done through being gentler and softer with ourselves.
Oh, I love that message. I love that message.
And I think it's easier for women to adopt than for guys. I have to do it a little bit differently with guys, but that's time for another show. So
I can imagine. Yeah.
For the girls, this works really well.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, any experiences or stories that would you like to share? Anything you've seen with this great work you're doing with helping others? Like an example you'd like to share with someone of a great story, of one of your coaching experiences?
Yeah, actually, yes. So, going back to the whole idea of discovering your own personal power and your gift.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my clients a while ago, she'd been made redundant. And as it goes, she hadn't actually really enjoyed the job. Her heart wasn't in it. So we were in the process of trying to help her tune into what she really did want to do.
Yes.
And we found that she actually did want to stay in what she was doing. Right? So, which is procurement. So what happened is that I got her to say, okay, well, what is it you love about that work? And also to tune into her own skills and saying, okay, what are the gifts I've got? And sure enough, then she lost the job. She's like, oh my God, I know I wanted to get out of this, but I wasn't quite ready. And I said to her, well, what would happen if you tuned into the fact that you really love to stay in this type of work and you've got these great skills and just trusted that you could get the sort of work you really love, right? And a week later, she found the exact sort of job she wanted that required exactly the sort of skill she's got and was paying more. Oh, it was amazing. And she said, so she rang me up so excited, Christie, you won't believe this. I thought, I'm sure I will. But
I do, yeah.
It happened. I got the job I really wanted.
I love that. I love that. And that trust and opening up. I know my oldest son a few years ago, his company was cutting back and he was laid off and he was all stressed out. And I said, honey, this is exciting. You're going to come into a job that you love even more. That's going to be even greater. And sure enough, next thing he knew, he had all these wonderful job offers for his skills. He's a chemist. And oh my gosh, it's all so much better. So really when things happen in life, really our focus and how we look at it can make a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
A door shutting can be another door opening. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and that's one story, but I could really give you multiple stories of very similar lines where somebody thinks something has ended.
Yeah.
But how often things ended is something they weren't actually happy with.
Yes.
They really didn't want it, but in the moment that it changes, like they lose a client or they lose a job, they go, oh no, because the mind panics and says, oh no, this is dangerous. But really, what they don't realize is, as you said, another door is opening.
Yes.
Right? So that's one level of trust. The second level of trust really is in you. I mean, you've got all these gifts, you know, and you appreciate them and say, well, yeah, you know, well, I can do this, I can do that. It actually starts to give off a different vibe saying, I'm worthy, you know, I'm talented, I'm gifted.
Yes.
Right? And that naturally attracts saying, oh, you're talented and gifted. Let me offer you this.
Yes.
And so many people don't realize that they need to actually take an inventory of their own gifts, because we've all got them.
We've all, yes, you read my mind. That's what I was just thinking. Yes, we all have gifts. And so many times, you know, we kind of don't tap into them, you know, because we get so focused on something else. And it's really great. Everyone,
I would say, I'm not enough. It's not enough. My gifts aren't enough. And you go, well, hang on, since when? How did you get in life? How did you live this long?
I love it. Oh. Well, gosh, Christie, the time has flown by. We have about 3 minutes left. Will you please share with everyone your website, how they can get a hold of you, and any last words that you'd like to say to everyone today?
Okay. Thanks, Paula.
So
my website is www.crystalclearhorizons.com. And you can actually send me a message via my website, right, and have a little look and see what I do. My final message to you is, as women, too often we actually are so busy trying to please, trying to look after everybody else, we forget to look after ourselves. Right? And we also forget how many gifts we've got. Mm-hmm. We don't have to keep doing and doing, right? Just by actually appreciating our gifts, appreciating ourselves, we can create an amazing life for ourselves. We don't have to keep doing and doing and keep proving ourselves over and over. We already are enough.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, Christie, you're just a joy, honey. You are just a joy. I'm so happy to have shared you with everyone today. My gosh. I really look forward to staying connected with you.
Definitely.
I'm excited. And everyone out there, thank you for joining us. Love, hugs, blessings. Christie, love, hugs, blessings to you.
Thank you, Paula. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Thank you.